Hi, welcome to Namastride. My name is Dana, and in this video I'm going to talk about stretches you can do every day. It's important to mix up your movement. If you're doing the same movements every single day over and over again, it can lead to overuse injury. Think of runners or people that are cyclists, swimmers. They're doing the same motion, and that's why people do cross training, to mix it up so they don't get overuse injuries. So there are things you can do every single day, but try to mix up the movement. And the things you should do every day are moving the spine 6 ways. So if you think about the way your spine moves in just everyday movements, 1 is flexion, that's rounding the spine. 2 is extension, arching through the spine. And then 3 and 4 are side bend, extending the spine to either side. And then finally twisting, twisting this way and that way. So think about things that you do in your everyday life that incorporate these movements. So I'm going to share with you 6 of my favorite stretches, but think of other stretches you can do every day to incorporate the 6 movements of the spine. So I'll start with flexion, and my favorite is a forward fold. There's many different variations to a fold, but my favorite is a standing forward fold. Start with your feet hip width apart. We're going to hinge at the hips, not rounding through the spine, not reaching for the floor, but bending through the hips. Your legs might bend if you have tight hamstrings. And keep bending forward, connecting the torso to the thighs. If you have blocks or something that can act as blocks to bring the floor closer, you can use that. And let your head hang. The reason I like a standing forward fold is I'm rounding through the spine. I'm getting a great stretch through the whole back, through my hamstrings, and through my shoulders. Roll up slowly, coming back to standing, making sure you stack vertebrae by vertebrae. The next is going to be side bend. So you don't have to do it in order. You do want to make sure if you're going this way that you do counteract it and balance. But we're going to do a standing stretch. So my favorite side bend or standing stretch is to just stand in mountain pose, feet still underneath the hips, standing up straight, belly in tight, and reaching over to one side. You can do this seated or standing. The reason I like standing is that I stretch through my hips. Another variation is to bring your arms overhead and stretch, and this way you really feel it all the way through the side body, stretching through the shoulders and through the hips, making sure that you're staying straight, that you're not pushing the hip out to the side. Take a deep breath in and come back to center. Now we can do our extension from the same pose, keeping our hands together, arching through the spine, just taking a nice little back bend, looking up, trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears, breathing in and out through the nose. And then we'll bend over to the other side, getting a side stretch on that side. As you breathe in and out through the nose, deep belly breathing, you'll feel the stretch change. One more breath in. And back to center. Reaching in and hands coming to side. So twist is the last, and I like to do a seated twist. So we'll come down to the mat. There's a couple of variations. I like to do what I call a pretzel twist. And a pretzel twist is where I take one leg and wrap the other around it. This not only stretches the spine, but also stretches the hips. So I'm going to take my right arm and give my left leg a hug. Take my left fingertips, touching the pads of the fingers to the ground and turning around, looking over the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. Think of a string pulling you up. Inhaling, sitting up straight, and exhaling, maybe turning a little deeper into the stretch. Breathing nice and slow. One more deep breath. And then we'll come to center. If this is too much for your legs, you can sit with your legs straight and turn, or sit crisscross applesauce and turn. Whatever works for you, finding what feels most comfortable for your body. We'll do this on the other side. So Another way you can do it is wrap one leg over, keep one leg straight. This time I'm going to take my left arm and hug my right leg. Take my right fingertips, the gecko pads, and reach over, keeping the shoulder away from the ears, set up nice and tall, and twist. This still gets your hip stretched with your leg straight, but I'm going to do my little pretzel twist, get an extra hip stretch. And look as far as you can. Make sure that you're protecting your neck, but feeling a nice twist in the spine. Remembering to breathe, breathing in and out through the nose, feeling the belly and chest rise and fall. One more deep breath, and come back to center. So think of other stretches you can do that incorporate these movements, and I encourage you to try to do them every day.